Hello! So I thought I'd do a video on this one, and it's called Might and Magic Duel of Champions. The reason I thought I'd do a video on it was because I was waiting for the Hearthstone beta, and in fact stumbled across this, and I thought it was good training as well as being a really good, more in-depth version. It's more complex than Hearthstone is. I mean, Hearthstone is very, very basic in comparison to a lot of card games out there. So I thought I'd have a little video for you. This one is just trying to explain everything whilst playing a single player game, so it didn't exactly go to plan. So what I did is, instead of, if I reference anything like I've said this earlier, I'm going to say this, please try and ignore it. But what I want to do is some really short static-y explain this in this. So I'll do a video on the shop, and I'll do a video on the starter decks, and I'll do a video on the actual aspects of gameplay, and I'll also do some PvP, which I do intend to do. Anyway, I'll let you enjoy me playing one of the single player campaigns, and hopefully it's informative, and hopefully it will actually help you decide what to do and whether to play it, and if it is, then that's great, let me know. Anyway, enjoy. Right, so what I've decided to do for you is I've decided to play one of the campaign missions. This way at least I get a little bit of time, and I'll do a PvP game when I have the chance to. So if I just accept the first hand, it looks relatively decent. I've got some low cost creatures and some spells, so I'm just going to keep that as a starting hand. Right, so let me just quickly explain everything. So I guess to start off I should start with the resources, which is what you use to summon cards. So for instance, this little circle in grey that says 1, that's my resources, and the number underneath in blue denotes how many resources I get for this phase, so I can gauge what I've used and what I need to use. You gain 1 each turn, so that's not an issue. The turns are called the supply phase, so if you see a card with supply phase, that's basically the beginning of my turn, or the end of my turn, or the beginning of his turn, the end of his turn. So the way this game works is that you need to get your might, magic, or destiny levels so high in order to summon some cards, and the way you do this is you left click on your hero. So as you can see, your hero has a few abilities. You've got the strength, which is the might, the potion symbol, which is the magic, and the banner, which is the destiny. You can also use one of your resources to draw a card, which I will probably do, seeing as I don't have a resource. So I'm drawing a card, and it's one of those again. Now, if I look on this one, and so if you can see here, I started with 1, 1, 2. This one starts with 1, 1, 1. However, he gets an extra ability, which is to put a poison counter on a target creature. Poison counter will decay the enemy for 1 per supply phase, and at the beginning of my supply phase, if he poisons me, I will lose 1 health. So if I show you one of my cards, I'll go with this one. As you can see here, you've got several different types. So you've got a creature, you've got a spell, and I don't have it yet, but I will show you when I do, a card called a fortune. So a creature is kind of self-explanatory. A spell is basically similar to a spell card in other card games, in the fact that it benefits or you use it on a creature, whereas a fortune will affect your hand, your deck, etc. as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong, let me know. So if you look at a creature, you can see that in the top left hand corner it's got the required resources, and then underneath it says it wants it to have a level 2 might, so I'd need to get my might level up to level 2 in order to use these monsters. And I also need a magic for these two, so I need 1 magic level, which I do have as standard with this hero. You've also got underneath that the attack in the circle spike, retaliation, which is basically if I was to be attacked with 2 damage, I would retaliate with the thing in the diamond. As you can see, this creature doesn't have retaliation, and I'll explain that more when I play him. You've also got health at the bottom left hand corner, the one that says 4, the red, and this doesn't regenerate at all, so you're kind of stuck with whatever health. Obviously there are some, as I mentioned before, decks that can heal, some cards that can heal, but I do not have any of that because mine focuses on plaguing their deck. So if I show you the board, you've got several different types of creatures as I've shown you here. At the moment I've got shooters, flyers and melee, so I have all of them. So basically melee can go in the front, shooters can go in the back, and flying can go anywhere. The thing is, with the melee, they can only attack the first target they see on their line, whereas the shooters can choose. The flying also have the same reaction as the melee. So if I had a monster in front of theirs, and I'll show you this when it happens, I wouldn't be able to attack it unless I had a shooter creature. So as you can see, some of the cards have abilities and I will cross them when I lay them. So I'm going to end my turn by clicking the big red button in the middle. Now normally if you play a PvP match there's times, but as I said, the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want it to be timed. So that's the thing. So I'll end my turn. So as I said before, each turn works where you gain 1. As you can see, they started with 2, so that's their advantage, as it were. So there's no real disadvantage apart from the fact that you can't lay monster with level 1, but as you can see from mine, all I could do was draw a card. So what I'll do now is I'll up my might value, and that means I can play a card. I want to see what... So this is a spell that means that if he attacks me, he gets infect, which means that the only card I can play that wouldn't die this turn is the Nephrite Lich, so I'm not going to put it in front of him. I don't see the point. If I get down Skeleton, that also has infect, so as you can see, I will do this after my turn. This is immune to retaliation. Most shooters are immune to retaliation, as far as I'm aware, all shooters are. I also have infect whenever I deal damage. Okay, so he's got a spell. All friendly creatures in play can regenerate, so that's useless to him. So I'm fine with that. Okay, so if I up my might value again, I can then infect him, or I can place one of my plague skeletons behind another monster. However, I do not have a one cost monster, so I'm just going to put that there to get rid of the threat and attack him directly. So the aim of the game is to get the other hero down to 0 health, as is the case. So, oh, that's nasty. Okay, so he's moved the one that okay, that's fine with me. So the objective is to get down to 0. Now I could have attacked him straight on, because there is nothing in front of them, only the hero. So I obviously didn't want to, you know, be immune from my turn. However, this spell stops me from attacking this turn or moving this turn. You can do one of 2 actions per turn from your creatures that have been laid. So when you lay them, unless they have an ability to do so, they cannot attack or move. However, after that, each turn they can either one or the other move or attack. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a Wretched Ghoul as cannon fodder for my Plague Skeleton, and then I want to up my might so that next turn I can play a really scary creature. So as I didn't show you the last time because I was trying to play quickly, this creature also has Infect, so if another creature attacks it or I attack it, anytime I inflict damage I put 1 poison counter on him. So that'll be fun when I get the chance to, however I cannot right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack the shooter, and each turn he will decay 1 damage. It's a shame that I don't have any cannon fodder, so I'm going to try and draw a card and hope for the best. Okay, that didn't really work out for me. Yes, it did. Okay. So I will play this monster and defend my card. And I'm also going to show you... Yeah, oh, hang on, I could read him. No, I can't. Yes, I can. So I'm going to use this fortune to explain how fortunes work. So basically, this card allows me to take a card from my hand to put it on the top of my deck. They call it a library. And it costs me 2 resources, and I get to destroy 1 resource, and I get to destroy any character that costs 2 resources or less. Luckily enough for me, I've made a stupid move though. I'm going to place this card on the top of my deck, and I'm going to eliminate him. However, I could have been an extra attack, however I'm stupid. So, that's the thing. So I just want to show you these, because these don't really come into play until later on in the game. They are called... Oh god. If I can show you the little tooltip. No, I can't. Yeah, why aren't you coming up? Does it come up on this one? Okay, the tooltip's not coming up, that's fun. Right, I will show you how these cards work. They're event cards, which basically means that I can play them alongside, you know, obviously as the resource cost. So as you can see, this one, which I know how to use because it's from my one, it's a 3-cost card, and I can increase the attack of any creature I deploy, i.e. put down on the field, by 1. So it's not really going to benefit me too much right now. However, if I do play it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that card, going to play my Lich, and then I'm just going to attack him directly, and I'm going to then sum up what I can do. I can attack without any retaliation damage on me, and I can also attack again without any retaliation on me because this character is incorporeal, which means that unless it is against a magic creature, I receive half damage rounded down. Because its retaliation is 1, its half of 1 is half, so rounded down is 0. And what I want to do in this case with my hero is I want to start increasing its magic, because I have a couple of spell cards that may come in handy. This one in particular, which is 4 cost. I also know that the only other monster in my deck that needs anything higher than a 4 is a 5, so I can instantly upgrade that at the beginning of the turn if I wanted to play it. If it comes into my hand, of course. Which would be kind of handy, if I'm honest. I feel like I made a silly move, I could have saved that. So, basically, if I added the +1 to this character, no, it would have killed this when the supply phase come around. If I don't attack this, I'll show you how the poison really works. So I'm just going to attack straight away with the shooter. I can attack the ghoul straight away, no repercussions. And what I might do... What does it say? Infects just when I attack, damage. I might leave that. What's there? Okay, so that's not really useful to me because I have the card draw that I need. I think I'm going to play the spinner and then attack directly. I'm going to... up my magic, so that this way if I need to play the card, whichever one it is, I am ready to play it. So if next turn I need to play this, I can just straight away up my magic. Right, do I want to attack? I'm thinking so. Okay, that's going to hurt. So this creature, when it attacks, will do 2 poison. And that's not very fun, because this character will die if it is attacked in my supply phase. Anyway, I'm going to end my turn. Oh yes, he's got the regeneration, which I forgot about. That's problematic. I think I made a boo-boo. Which isn't going to be that fun. I don't know why he's put Infect on his spinner, because if it's going to kill my thing anyway. However, each to his own. Right, as you can see, I'm kind of in the doo-doo right now. So I'm going to get rid of his creature here. All I can do is cancel out that regeneration with the poison. I don't think I have a spell that can... No, it's only the target creature. Unless there's a permanent... Right, so I have no way of getting rid of the regeneration, which isn't that fun. However, what I do have the ability to do is defeat these. So I'm just going to place a big scary monster down, as well as my shooter, card draw. I can play a skeleton to protect my health. So that this way, in this turn, unless they have a charge creature that can rush me, I am fine from damage. I'm exempt from damage. However... Oh, no, I don't think they're going to play anything, so... I cannot be attacked this round. That's good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 to this, so that I can attack it directly. I'm also going to add 1 and kill off that, and present cannon fodder on top of... Oh, I can't, it's magic melee. I thought it was flying, sorry. Noob mistakes. I'm going to draw a card. That is very nice. Right. So I think I am now equipped. Ah, that was a silly move. See, I could have added an extra attack point. I am very, very silly. Oh, this is going to be fun. It's okay, I can tear straight through that. It's irritating because obviously it stops my chances. Okay, I don't exactly want to reveal that. I'm going to use this spell to draw a card. Okay, this one's fun. This card basically means that if it tries to attack, it'll lose 2 damage each time it tries to attack, and it's a constant spell. So, I'm going to play that, I'm going to attack that, which means that hopefully if this kicks in first, I won't be able to, but if the poison kicks in first, it will die. I'm going to play a monster just in case to protect my shooter. I'm going to draw a card. Right, this is the creature that I was trying to tell you about the 5 might. So now I'm prepared to play either, however, I'm pretty stuck if I need to play them both. Chances of needing to play them both are slim. See, so the poison took effect after the regen, so that didn't exactly work out to plan. And now he's going to infect me, which is not fun because he's infected me for 3. Bloody hell. That is rather horrible. That is going to die. However, I don't think it matters because I can use my sword and... Pow. And then it's going to do its little classic talking. So, as you win the battleground, they already said before I even started this what I was going to get. However, in a PvP match, obviously you don't know how much you're going to get because you're not sure if you're going to win or not. The good thing I like, the thing that I like about this game is it's got this kind of in-depth view. Obviously this is just a victory bonus because it's campaign, but sometimes it explains so a heroic defense. So if you survive for a relatively long time, you manage to, on low health, you manage to get more gold, and then you can just summarize it with whatever you've won. I'll explain how the currency works, and then that will be the video. Sorry if it's been relatively boring, it's just I needed to comment on everything before I played a proper game, because of it can be quite confusing if I'm just showing you and you've never seen, played or heard about this game before. So I hope it was kind of informative, and I will move on to the gold and things. So we have two different types of currency. You've got gold and seals. Seals are rarer, and I can show you how they stack up in the shop. But seals are kind of like, if you were to equate them to cents and dollars, or you know, pennies and pounds, or cents and euros I should say. Okay, so as you can see, this pack is 295. Oh, that's for two. That might be quite interesting. 295. So I have 200 seals, but I have 94,000 gold. The gold is actually very, very slow at accumulating. However, you get the perks that I showed you earlier each and every day. So I don't think you can get a Herald of the Void any other way. Okay, so the brand new expansion is seals only, as is the box. However, the booster packs are gold. See, so the boxes are seals and they're quite expensive, but you do get quite a few cards in them. 30 packs and 2 premium packs, all for the price of 26 packs, so it is supposed to be a really good deal. If I show you, the decks. So some of the decks you can either buy with gold or buy with seals, and as you can see, if I was to buy some of the starter decks, even the very first starter decks, they've added some more since I last played. The first 3 starter decks are 62,500 gold, and bear in mind I have bought one. I don't really play this that often. I'm trying to. I really enjoy it. So yeah, and then as you go up, it's a lot more expensive. So yeah, so the seals are 1,550 to 176,000 gold, which is rather interesting to say the least. If I show you how much everything's worth, that way you might get something if you've got to the end of this video. So 275 seals for me is €4 nearly, 10 euros, 15 euros, 35. So as you can see there, that's relatively decent, and you seem to get less. In my humble opinion, you get less. Now these little ticket things you may have seen, they are tournament tickets. I think you have to be a certain level, but I don't think I've got there yet. What am I doing? Play. Yes, I haven't got to the level of tournaments. However, I will do one when I do. Anyway, I think that's me, because I'm probably bored you enough, and this video is going to be longer than it needs to be. So anyway, I will see you later, hopefully with a PvP game. Okay? Bye bye. Bye bye.